Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing for the BTCC support race series on Project Cars 2. This is race 3 from Brands Hatch Indy in the Clios, and let's take you through the grid. So it is Will on pole position there in the blue and white Clio, and then alongside him is Keith in the white, black and green car. That's Johnny Adams, third on the grid, fourth for NRP. Then it's Johnny McMullen in 5th, Bradders 6th, Neil Farmack 7th, Stevie 8th, Video 9th, George 10th, Bidzster 11th, Blake 12th, and Gummy Bear in 13th position. So let's get ready for the start of the race then. Here we go. Ready to rumble here at Brands Hatch Indy in the Clios, and we're off. And it's a brilliant start for Will from pole position. Oh, there's already an accident in the middle. I think that's the two teammates hit each other. Johnny McMullen and Blakeney, but down to the first corner. Sorry, George and Blakeney, sorry. Down to the first corner, and everyone's okay through there. And then, oh, a really big mid-pack. Stevie on the outside of Johnny Adam into the first corner, into the second corner, sorry. Round the second corner. Oh, there's contact already, and everyone's hitting each other. Bang, bang, bang. And Video's off in the background. Bidzster's back in 11th. Johnny McMullen, George and Stevie all side by side through Graham Hill Bend. And how they all got through there, I don't know. Johnny Adams on the grass on the inside. Will's in the lead. NRP challenging for second place from Keith. Through McLaren into clearways. What a start to this race. Neil Farmack goes up the inside of his teammate, and Stevie hits Keith. And then Blakeney runs into the back, and massive accident there. Car on its roof. Oh, typical Clio racing, and bang, another incident there just after where the pit lane is. There's a car backwards on the circuit. Now they're all rejoining and hitting each other. Oh, it's madness, absolute madness here at the start of this Clio race, and the start as they mean to go on the Clios. Amazing here as Gummy Bear being challenged by Video there, but it all starts to settle down there. What a start to this race. Meanwhile, up front, Will, NRP and Neil have all got away from this. They're all out of Druids down towards Graham Hill Bend. So we'll just get a replay of that first lap madness for you now. Here's a replay of the start on board with Bradders. So watch to your left. You've got Johnny coming across, because Johnny Adam comes across as well. The two Johnnies move across and then leave Bradders nowhere to go, unfortunately. Just one of them racing incidents. Here's an onboard from Johnny McMullen. So watch Stevie on the inside. Stevie goes to the inside in the white car. And then there's slight contact between him and Johnny Adam, and then everything all starts to fall apart, and then they all get going, and then down the hill, Johnny McMullen on the inside, 3 wide, slight bit of contact there between them, but then they all get going. Here's another view of that from on board with Blake. So going down into Druids, you see the contact happen ahead, just a bit of contact there. Bidzster has nowhere to go. Video gets sent backwards. Watch down here, Stevie and all the others go side by side, and Johnny Adam just goes into the side of Gummy Bear and spins himself out. So not really Gummy Bear's fault, it was Johnny Adam moving across. Okay, another replay on board with Johnny McMullen, this time the Keith and Stevie incident. So Stevie's just in front of us. Look, Keith just gets caught out by NRP, and then Neil goes into the corner, and then Stevie just makes a mistake, loses the back end, and then hits Keith, and then everyone else just can't really avoid because they're all going around the corner already, and it ends up being a bit of a mess, but it wasn't intended on being a mess. And then here's another angle of that on board with Gummy Bear. So watch for Stevie making his mistake. Rear end goes, hits Keith as he comes back onto the racing line. Nothing we can do. Bang! We just get caught up in it. And then this is what happened a bit further on. You see, bang! Blakeney comes across after avoiding the incident and ends up hitting Gummy. So all happening there. And the final replay now from on board with Video into the corner. See the accident happening there. And then out of the corner, you watch, see we've got George going backwards there, so he got spun round. Video then that moves to the inside, hits another car, and everyone just really trying to avoid each other. As we come back from that, we've got more madness. We've got more cars stopped. Bidzster's off, Stevie's slowed down, Gummy Bear's slowed down. Gummy Bear lets Stevie go through. Oh wow, this is madness. Again, more replays on the Druids incident there. Here's a replay on board with Gummy Bear on lap 2. So watch here into the Druids. Bidzster goes to the inside of Blake, then Blakeney comes across in the cross, puts Bidzster on the grass. Bidzster can't stop, Blakeney hits Stevie, and then Gummy Bear ends up running into the back of all of them, and then they all end up somehow trying to rejoin. And as you come back from that, we've got Johnny Adam going a little bit slow there in the red car, and Video taking advantage. A little tap there from Johnny McMullen, and it sends Johnny Adam off. So Johnny Adam goes off there, a little bit of contact, and he waits to rejoin, but well, again, that'll get reviewed as well. So another replay, please. Here's a replay what happened between Johnny McMullen and Johnny Adams. So we're going into the corner here. Johnny Adams slow anyway. But Johnny Adams does break, and that seals his own funeral. As we come back from that then, up to the front of the grid, it is lap 3 already, and we've already got Will and NRP making a break for it. Neil's gone back down a little bit there, so must have made a mistake. So Will from NRP, the top 2. And then we've got all this bunch here. Bidzster's round the outside of Stevie then. Right round the outside of Stevie, trying to get the place. Bidzster's moved right up here. And just benefiting from other people's mistakes. And right on 2 wheels goes Bidzster. Straight past Stevie. Stevie will get a good run here. Gummy Bear, his teammate, right behind him, trying to push him along. Stevie trying to go right round the outside of Bidzster, and he does so in towards clear ways. Good move that from Stevie, but we'll have to watch out for Bidzster getting a good run. He gets a good run round the outside. Joe tries to get in a gap. Still side by side. Down the straight we go. Just going to quickly look back to another battle there. I think that's Keith, but he's alright. He's on his own. So back to Bidzster and Stevie then. Into Paddock Hill Bend. Stevie gets the inside line. Bidzster goes for the cut back over the curb. Back to the inside of Stevie there. Gummy Bear goes to the outside of his teammate. Remember, they're still battling for supremacy in the team as well. And Bidzster goes through. And Gummy Bear trying to follow through past Stevie. And Stevie's he lets his teammate go, so doesn't decide to fight his teammate too hard there. And Gummy Bear and Stevie go through there. So it's Will, NRP, Neil, Bidzster, Gummy and Stevie is your top 6. Then we've got George up here. There he is, George in the yellow car here, I think. And then we've got Keith and Johnny side by side almost into the next corner. Johnny right behind Keith here. Slightly battered car from the first lap incident with someone. As Keith goes wide, Johnny goes to the inside. So Keith goes wide, Johnny up the inside. And he should get the run on Keith on the straight anyway. But we'll just keep watching, because you never know, Keith might be able to fight back at the next corner. Might be able to go for some kind of switchback, but Johnny's just about ahead into the corner. And then on to Paddock Hill Bend. Keith submits the place, and Johnny McMullen up into 8th place. Meanwhile, Stevie and Gummy Bear, the 2 teammates, still battling it out up ahead. Oh, Stevie runs wide there, so does Gummy. That'll definitely be a slow down penalty for Stevie there, because that was definitely off the track and trying to keep the power in. So he'll either keep going and get a penalty that he has to carry to the end of the race, or he'll have to lift off. But it doesn't look like he's lifting off anytime soon, so Stevie then might get a penalty for that. Or is he lifting off now? I think he's lifting off now. Here he is. He's lifting off now to try and lose it, but it might have been a bit late, because the penalties usually like to be got rid of quite quick before they start actually sticking with you. But oh, Gummy Bear's off and Neil's off. Neil's facing the wrong way. Neil's gone off at Paddock Hill Bend. He's reset and he's going again. As Stevie and Gummy Bear swap places again, but Neil Farmack goes off. We'll get a replay on what happened to Neil now. Okay, here's a replay of what happened to Neil Farmack on lap 6. So into the corner he goes and just gets the oversteer. The back end just gets oversteer, and then he goes onto the grass, and then he can't stop it. He tries to stop before he goes back onto the track, but now he's facing the wrong way while other cars are coming onto the track. So it was Neil's fault, but not his own fault where he ended up where he was. So as we come back from that one, it's Neil rejoins in 6th place then, and then we've got George and Johnny McMullen close together. George in the yellow white car, and Johnny McMullen just behind in the orange, black and red car. So plenty of different multicoloured liveries on these Clios. As further back we've got Blakeney and Video having a nice little battle here. Video trying to make his way back up the field in the Lights Ablaze Monster Energy Nicholas Hamilton car, as Blakeney makes a mistake and Video goes straight through, no questions asked. Blakeney makes a mistake and just, well, loses a place. Easy as that, really. As Gummy Bear and Stevie still battling for 4th and 5th. Stevie goes a bit wide there. That could be another penalty to carry, because he keeps going wide for the track limits. As George goes a bit sideways there. Johnny McMullen then comes alongside. We've got Neil just ahead. Johnny McMullen and George side by side just behind them there, as the camera goes funny again. There we are. And meanwhile, Bidzster's passed NRP into 3rd place then. So Bidzster's passed NRP into 3rd place, and he's now catching his teammate rapidly. So Bidzster, the fast, look at the lap times. 51.4 for Bidzster, and if you look at the top left of your screen, 53 for Will that time. Bidzster's last lap was a 51.7, so, and he passed NRP as well. So fast pace this for Bidzster, sliding the car into Paddock Hill Bend. Really loves these Clios. if you cast your minds back to the British Touring Car Championship that we did, the replica of that. Oh, there's a contact between Keith and George on the straight, and George losing speed. Video's going to get alongside him here as well, around the outside. George is going to have to fold in here, or is he going to steer to the inside? Oh, Video goes very wide and slides in the process. Keith goes off the track. This is going to be madness. Keith's rejoining. Video goes through, and then Blakeney goes to, is it Blakeney or George goes to the inside? Johnny McMullen goes to the inside of Blake and ends up taking himself out. So Johnny McMullen misses his braking point and takes himself out of the contention. Video goes up on two wheels, passes George, and Blakeney then tucks in behind his teammate. But what an epic few corners that was. But amazing stuff there. Really good racing these Clios provide, and plenty of crashing action as well. But meanwhile, Bidzster then behind Will. So I was saying earlier, if you cast your minds back to the British Touring Car Championship that we did, the British Touring Car Replica Championship that we did, Season 2 of Project Cars, we did that championship, and Bidzster was almost undefeated in the Clios, so very strong performance by him as Will goes wide. I don't know whether that was on purpose to let his teammate through, but I think he got a penalty from the previous corner, and Bidzster takes the lead of the race then, Will in second. So Will's done really well so far to hold on to the lead with how he did, but Bidzster, his teammate, just a lot faster in these cars and on the move here. A 51.6 for Bidzster and a 54.5 for his teammate NRP. Under pressure from Stevie now, so NRP getting caught here by Stevie in the other cars. Oh, NRP makes a mistake there, or you have to slow down or something, but Stevie goes straight through and takes the podium place. So quick change there. And we've got Gummy Bear closing up to the back of that bunch, over to the back of NRP as well. Further back we've got Keith and Johnny. Which Johnny is it? It is Johnny McMullen behind. So it's McMullen behind Keith. It says John and John on the left hand side, so you have to try and see which one it is. But McMullen's right behind Keith here, pressuring him down towards Graham Hill Bend. Both of them using the curb on the inside and not going too wide out of it. That's perfect line, that's how you should do it. Into McLaren, fast left-hander. Get the car rebalanced on the brakes, and then Johnny McMullen goes up the inside of Keith into clear ways. Oh, tiny bit of contact there, rubbing. Keith gets put on the gravel, and that was a bit of a rough way to pass for Johnny McMullen there. That'll probably be under investigation because that was a bit dirty, that pass. But I know rubbing's racing, guys, but that was a bit of a rub and shove. So we'll have to see what happens there to Johnny, but he goes wide there. Well, not wide, so he gets oversteer and loses the back end of the car over the curb. But yeah, that move will definitely be under investigation. So Blakeney close up to Keith then. Blakeney close up to the back of Keith there. Trying to close up to the back of him. So meanwhile, Bidzster in the lead of the race. Then he's coming towards Druids now. So Bidzster into Druids, leading the race, number 52 car, teammate Will behind in second place. There he is, he's just lapped Adams, Johnny Adams, so he's just lapped him. Oh, he's gone wide onto the grass as well, as Bradders is next to lap. Then we've got Stevie, then we've got Gummy Bear in fourth, NRP back down to fifth after a promising start, second for a while and now back down to fifth place. Video is up into sixth place there, so Video doing well into sixth after the first few lap dramas. And we've got Neil Farmack leading a bunch of George and Johnny McMullen, and then we've got Keith and Blakeney further back having their own little scrap, 4th, 10th and 11th positions, and Bradders and Johnny Adam at the back, and they're actually quite close on track. Actually, I think they're even side by side. Now I can't really see properly yet, but we've got cars coming past. There's Bradders just ahead, and Stevie's got Bradders to pass here. Just takes his time, make sure he gets past. All right, now Johnny Adam going past Bradders to take 12th place. Just sneaks through there, Johnny Adam. Good move there on Bradders, and Bradders trying to go back up the inside but can't make it stick yet. Meanwhile, back up towards George and Johnny McMullen, who goes to the inside of George into Paddock Hill Bend. George contact! Oh, George comes across and Johnny and George go into the barrier, bang, hit each other. Amazing stuff. Oh, Keith and Blakeney join them as well. Incredible, everyone crashes at once. Keith keeps his foot in it, gets up the inside of Johnny McMullen into Druids. A little bit of contact there as well. Oh, wow, we don't know quite what happened there, but obviously George and McMullen went off and then Keith and Blakeney followed, so we'll get a replay on that. Okay, here's a replay of what happened between Keith and Blake, because we saw what happened to George and Johnny McMullen, and into the corner it's Keith who loses it, and then just Blakeney has nowhere to go, and then bang off into the barrier, and then they join Mr. McMullen and George, and they all get going. So 2 cars, 2 mistakes, and the other 2 just wrong place, wrong time. After this messy stuff, it's back to the action with Bidzster in the lead of the race. 8 seconds now on Stevie, so Bidzster still keeping up with a good pace. Stevie there in second. Will's back down to third now, so Stevie takes second, Will down to third. Probably made a little mistake. Gummy Bear's next on the hit list for Gummy Bear's next on the hit list, so he's 4th. NRP 5th. Video still in 6th place, doing a good job here. We're just going to look back at Johnny McMullen and George again, side by side into turn 1. Johnny gets the place done. This time they don't all go off and take each other off. George goes wide though. That might be a track limit penalty if he goes too wide. Into the hairpin we go at Druids. Nicely around there. Keith and Blakeney close up to each other. Nice little scrap this. Down to Graham Hill Bend. George takes a nice inside line. Johnny McMullen goes up on the curb, but George could get a penalty there for going slightly over the white line. This game can be very critical of that. Into McLaren, and Keith gains a bit on George through there. George not got the confidence, and then we go back onto round clearways, onto the start-finish straight, and Keith closes up slightly, and Johnny McMullen can't quite pull away ahead, so they're all good for now. Just going to have a check at NRP, who's been caught by Video here. So the 2 new guys, NRP and Video, both independents in this. Video catching up to NRP. Let's have a quick look back at the Johnny McMullen, George and other battles. As Johnny Adam gets way out of the way. Very good sporting gesture there by Johnny Adam. Gets out of the way, more or less comes to a complete stop and lets them go. And classy stuff there by Johnny Adam. Go into Graham Hill Bend. Keith goes a bit wide there. Blake goes even wider behind, so wide line there for Blake as we look at Video. Oh, Video's off! Video's off! He's made some kind of mistake, or he's been hit, or there was contact, something or other. NRP's just ahead, but Neil and Gummy Bear's gone through, so there's definitely contact there. Replay needed. Okay, here's a replay of what happened between Video and NRP. So NRP gets a slower run out of Graham Hill Bend, and Video tries to go alongside, decides to tuck in. We've got Bradders ahead to lap, and through McLaren he moves out the way, and then into the corner. NRP just loses back into the car, and poor old Video just has nowhere to go. He can't avoid in time, and then they both get going, but by that time they've had Neil Farmack go through, and then they get going again. So as they come back from that, then NRP resumes in 6th and Video 7th, so definitely action picking up here as Gummy Bear then right behind Will for 3rd place now. Last few laps in this race, and Will's under pressure for his podium place that he's held all race long, and Gummy Bear's finally got some pace and he's been able to catch him, and he wants to try and steer with his teammate if he can, but he's another 8 seconds up the road. But Gummy Bear, there he is. There's Will just ahead. Gummy Bear trying to catch up here. Gummy Bear goes on to just touches the gravel, lost momentum, not going to get through this lap. Video is back. He's behind Neil Farmack now, trying to catch up some time. Is a little bit sideways there, but good lines anyway. As Keith and Blakeney into clearways. Blakeney can see a little gap there because Keith made a little mistake. Will Blakeney be able to get to the inside? Keith gives him room in case he wants to do it. Blakeney just about trying to get his car onto the inside. Can't quite get it alongside enough here. Into the corner, Keith moves across to defend the inside line, but Blakeney uses a bit of track that he's not used yet, and onto the grass and loses time, and onto the gravel at the other side. Just put the car on the grass, put dirt on the tyres and went straight on. So Blakeney getting a bit desperate there. Will in 3rd place, back to the 3rd place battle between Will and Gummy Bears. Will goes wide, Gummy Bear sneaks the car up the inside, but can he get the run out the corner? Has he got the pickup on power? I think they are. They're both side by side. Down the straight lap onto the last lap of the race then. Bidzster's already well ahead in this race, and Gummy Bear goes up the inside, gets the inside, oh, hits the wall on the inside, just gets oversteer as he turns in, and that's more or less Will cemented for 3rd place. But the man of the race, Bidzster, battling his way through the field, taking the lead, gets to the front, just slowing up the rear wheel there. That's how much he's trying to turn into the corner. And Bidzster's going to win for the second time. Well done to Bidzster. He won the Ginetta Junior race and he's going to win the Clio race. Well done to Bidzster. Victory here at Brands Hatch. Stevie is going to be in second place. We've just seen Johnny Adam come across the line and being lapped, but Stevie second place. Will is just about going to hold on to third. Gummy Bear had a good effort, but just one mistake on the last corner ruined it for him. And Will's going to go across the line here. Third place for Will. He'll be happy with that. Flashes lights. He's happy with that result. Good result for the team as well. Gummy Bear in fourth. Video's going to be a nice fifth place there. Neil Farmack just holds on in front of Johnny McMullen for sixth and seventh places. NRP in eighth. Blakeney's going to be ninth. And then George Gamers is going to be the last one to finish, I think, with Keith behind in 11th place. And Brad is 12th, Johnny Adam 13th. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay, guys, here's the results from that then. So Bidzster takes victory in that race after that hectic race. Well done to Bidzster. Stevie in second. Will gets a good third position. Fourth for Gummy Bear. Fifth is Video. Neil in sixth place. Johnny McMullen takes seventh. Eighth for NRP. Ninth is Blakeney. 10th is George. And then in 11th it's Keith. 12th it's Bradders. And 13th is Johnny Adam. Okay, there's your winner in that race then, Bidzster. There he is. Bidzster wins the first Clio race of the season. And well done to him. And we will see you guys for race 4 in the Ginetta GT4s. See you then, guys. Take care.